From November 14th to 21st, we're inviting you to join us for a powerful trip to Ghana. This isn't just a vacation. This is a chance to walk through the same places where many of our people were captured, held, and shipped off into slavery. So don't wait. Secure your spot today. We're making history by walking through it. Will you be with us?
Now, what will make a 21-year-old American hop on a plane to Congo and end up being sentenced to death in a military court? It sounds like something out of a movie, but this is real life and it happened in Congo.
3 U.S. citizens were among 37 defendants sentenced to death by a military court on Friday for their role in a failed coup in the Democratic Republic of Congo. Armed men briefly occupied an office of the presidency on May 19th before their leader, U.S.-based Congolese politician Christian Malanga, was killed by security forces. His son Marcel Malanga was among the Americans on trial, along with Marcel's friend Tyler Thompson, who played high school football with him in Utah. Both are in their 20s. The third American, Benjamin Zalman Paloon, was a business associate of Christian Malanga. All three were found guilty of criminal conspiracy, terrorism, and other charges.
I'm going to break this down. So the Democratic Republic of Congo is one of the largest and most resource-rich countries in Africa. It's also been dealing with years of political instability and violent conflicts, especially in its eastern region. Now, fast forward to last year, there was a coup attempt, an actual plot to overthrow the government. The man behind it was Christian Malanga, a Congolese opposition figure. He even went as far as live streaming this coup attempt from the presidential palace during this failed coup. But the coup didn't even last long. He was killed after resisting arrest. Now here's where it gets even more shocking. His 21-year-old son, Marcel Malanga, who is American, was part of the plot, along with two other Americans, Tyler Thompson Jr., who's also 21 years old, and a Benjamin Zalman Paloon, who is 36 years old. They were all arrested. They were tried in a military court and they were sentenced to death along with dozens of others, including a Briton, a Belgian, and a Canadian. Isn't this surprising? Seeing these foreigners coming and they came in to stage a coup in an African nation. So just imagine young men from the US, one of whose family actually thought he was going for a free holiday. Yeah. Tyler's parents, one of the men arrested, his family live in Utah. They said that they actually thought he was heading off for a little travel fun, only to find out that he had been caught up in a coup attempt in an African country, Congo. It's absolutely wild. Now here's the update. The three Americans have been repatriated to the US. Their death sentences were commuted to life imprisonment and they're now expected to serve out those life terms on American soil. So no, they weren't freed. They're still in serious trouble and they're still going to face serious consequences. But this time it's a life sentence, but it's in the US. You know, this actually got me thinking. If it was the other way around, will the US agree to this deal? If it was a bunch of Congolese young men going to the US to stage a coup and they were caught, would the US agree to send them back to Congo to face their sentence? I don't think so. I really don't. So I was actually shocked that they agreed to send them back to the US to serve their sentence, not serving their sentence in Congo. You see, what we're here to understand is why. Why were they involved? Was Marcel just following his dad's orders? Like, what was the reason? Did Tyler even understand what he was walking into? Did they actually know and agree to go and stage a coup in Congo? Was it a case of them being invited to Congo, thinking it was a free holiday truly? and then getting there and they're in the middle of a coup attempt and they're like, well, if you can't beat them, let's join them. Was that the case? Because it's very unclear. Because what would have convinced you, who was living a regular life in the US, right? You were living your life, going to school, maybe working or whatever. You weren't a criminal. It's different if you had criminal charges awaiting you in the US. No, you have a family. Like everything is normal. And then all of a sudden you're going to an African country to get involved in a coup. It's crazy. It's so crazy because I wonder what would have been told to them to convince them. Were they offered billions? Were they offered positions in government if the coup succeeded? There's so many questions. There's speculation that their repatriation may be connected to an ongoing talk between the US and Congo around a minerals deal, potentially worth billions. You know, Congo has trillions of dollars worth of untapped mineral wealth. So some say this transfer might have been a diplomatic move, a sort of give and take to strengthen ties. Congo, by the way, reinstated the death penalty last year after over 20 years without it. And this was an effort to clamp down on the rising violence in the country. So these were not light charges. We're talking terrorism, murder, criminal association, and illegal possession of weapons. Hence the reason for the death penalty. And while the Americans are now back home, the fate of the other foreigners convicted and the dozens of Congolese involved is still very unclear. So what's clear is the deal between the US and Congo. You know, it's a tragic, complex story, one that reminds us just how layered international politics, justice, and human decisions can be, from a free vacation to a life sentence, right? From a live-streamed coup to a courtroom in the open air. The story keeps unfolding. And as we keep getting updates, I will definitely share it with you right here. For more stories such as this, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. My name is